Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I'm your host, Gavin, and we are joined today by Hammo. Hammo, how you going, brother?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Feeling damn good after the last few games.
We're like fucking twins here with these.
Mate, we got a rep.
We
love these jerseys.
You know,
we love these jerseys.
We went out, deliberately wore these just to piss off the Suns Jam session, in particular John Voida, who hates them. And outside of that, we've also got our main man, the main man of Suns Twitter, Suns YouTube, Suns Geek, Aaron. How you going, brother?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Life is good over here. I don't know why, but I just felt like rocking the Mikal Bridges shirt today. Don't ask me why. Probably because he's balling like an all-star out there.
And also qualified his team for
Mikal
playoffs.
shirt or jersey, bro. You never need an excuse.
Exactly. But yeah, life's good, man. Just got done doing my own little Suns Lakers post-game show, if you even want to call it that, because really I was just rambling on half the time. And figured I got about 30 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, to help out the Aussie Suns Fan podcast. I always get that tongue-tied. But yeah, happy to be here, y'all. Thanks for having me. Last time we did great. And I'm ready to go, man.
We are absolutely pumped to have you here, man. Obviously, Boyd and Nate softed it out. And if we're going to talk it Aussie style, they're weak as piss, both of them. I know Boyd is probably hanging around listening. Boyd, you're weak as piss. Thanks for hanging us out to dry. We had to bring Aaron in here, and it's a significant upgrade to your fucking useless ass. If you're checking us out on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. We really do need everyone to make sure that you subscribe to us. Click like, leave us a comment. If you're listening later, get onto the Apple, whatever it is, leave us a comment. All of our YouTube comments are basically mostly Boyd talking about how good he does by himself. But we did have Hubo come on, leave us a really, really fantastic comment last week, saying that we were basically his favourite Suns podcast with Suns Jam. So I appreciate that, Hubo. And yeah, that's do awesome. All that sort of stuff. Now, we're not going to talk about the games from the last week because really, who gives a fuck? Suns Geek, it's playoffs time.
Yes, sir.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
What are we going to do? Are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? Tell me where you sit compared to last year, even the year before, with your feelings for this year's playoffs.
Excellent questions, man. And I'm going to do my best to answer all of them. Am I feeling way more confident than I am last year? And that's saying something because of how great we were last year up until the playoffs. I'm feeling pretty damn confident, man. I mean, I was sort of talking with you backstage a little bit about it, feeling really good. Even, I don't want to sound overconfident. I don't want to jinx anything because obviously anything can happen. But, I mean, we are really, really damn good. And I think that we are deeper than the national media likes to paint us. And we kind of saw an example of that the last few games. And I'm really excited about the playoffs. And we got to be ready, y'all. I mean, it's like what this whole podcast is going to be about. This is the real season now. We're going to need consistency. We're going to need health. And every single player on that Suns roster, including the coaching staff, has to be ready. And I think we are going to be in even just the other playoff teams in the play-in tournament. I think we're going to see some incredible games. As long as we stay healthy and stay consistent, man, I think we're going to be a deep team to beat, a tough team to beat. And what was the other questions you asked?
Oh, well, mainly I just I sort of want to see how people are feeling because like last year was kind of, we were all really super confident. We had a 64 win team. We really did. Oh well, fuck! I booked a trip over for NBA Finals. We felt really good. The year before, we were just riding that wave, right? We made the NBA Finals. It was phenomenal, like so exciting. But I think you sort of hit the nail on the head. This year's, it feels different. Like even last year, I sat there and went, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to book it because this team is going so well. I can't risk missing it. But this year, I actually feel like we're going to walk through the West and we're going to be playing in NBA Finals again 2 years later.
I really believe it is finals or bust as long as we're healthy. Like Western Conference Finals with this roster is unacceptable in my opinion. And then I'm sure we're going to talk
as
about
long as
it.
And this is a good point from Hugo. As long as we stay healthy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to sit there and go, we're going to play NBA Finals if KD or Chris Paul or even Devin Booker goes down. But there's a different feeling right now. This team feels like there is a single sole focus of this team, and it is playing NBA Finals and winning a fucking title.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to be.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's all it is. One goal. We got a limited window.
So how do you feel, Hammo? Like, do you believe that this team stays healthy? Is it a finals contending team right now as it stands?
Hell yeah. We got 1 or 2 years with the current roster that we had before pivotal pieces start aging, not dropping off, but start aging. You know what I mean? We got a 18-month window kind of thing. And this is the best opportunity we've had in a very long time with the caliber of players that we got and the level of coaching and assistant coaching. And I haven't seen the Suns play this much defense in a long goddamn time, man. Our defense is very good. I mean, Josh Okogie had, 2 steals in the first 5 minutes against the Spurs. I know it's Okogie, J.O., Zerogi, whatever. He's amazing. But I'm super fucking hyped, man. I think I'm trying to keep it low-key internally, but, yeah, I think this might be it. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think my question is this a different feeling?
100%.
To you guys, is it a different feeling to what we've had the last 2 years?
I think so, just because of one man, Kevin Durant. It's got to be because, Damian Lee's won a championship, but Kevin Durant's won 2 of them, and he's been there before. And don't forget the OKC; he went to the finals with that team too. Multiple playoff appearances.
Damian Lee's not. He proved again today. He's not playing NBA Finals playoffs minutes, right?
It took me a while to accept that too, because the way he started the season. But going back to Kevin Durant, he's clearly one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. And that comes from somebody who studied the history of this league. He is one of the greatest players. And I think to answer the question or stay on topic, it is a different feeling because of Kevin Durant. Now, look, we're going to dive into it. I don't want to jinx us. I don't want to go into that first round series versus the Warriors or Clippers, whoever it's going to be, and say, we're going to sweep them. But damn it, if we stay healthy, we are going to be tough to beat. And that's how it's got to be, man. I mean, sure, there's certain players that I'm a little scared of and certain matchups I'm scared of. But we got Kevin Durant. Devin Booker's our second best player, man. It is finals or bust, man. That's how I feel about it.
100%.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that the roster, the way it's built right now, going into this playoff series, and particularly, and we'll touch on a couple of the things that happened today, which could throw a spanner in the works, but these guys didn't play today. They're not going to play against the Clippers. Let's be honest. We are going to go into this playoff series as healthy as we have ever seen this Suns team.
Fingers crossed. Right? Fingers crossed.
Kevin Durant's next level. His poor games are as good as some
role
of
player
our
games.
Opposition's best players.
Yep.
Like, let's have a look. I'll use the example of Klay Thompson. Like, Klay can catch fire, right? He can be a pain in the ass. He did it the last time
he
he
can be
played
a
the
thorn
Suns.
in Booker's side, definitely.
His first half last time he played the Suns was fire, Klay Thompson. But after halftime, he was fucking shit. KD has had a couple of poor games. And when we say poor games, it's 18, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6, 7 assists.
Couple of blocks.
This dude is next level.
Incredible.
We've never seen anything like this at Phoenix.
Yeah.
Ever.
And that's saying something with look at my wall back here. Charles Barkley, Thunder Dan, Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash. The list goes on and on. I mean, our all-time leading scorer, which is eventually going to be Booker in a few seasons, Walter Davis, 16,000 points, one of the greatest scorers ever. I mean, Kevin Durant is 3 times what Walter Davis was.
Yeah.
So,
and even Book, right? Like,
yeah.
Book will go down as the greatest Sun of all time, but he's not the best player on this roster right now.
It's Kevin Durant.
He's not. Kevin Durant is. And whether everyone will always push the narrative for Book. I will push the narrative for Book.
Yeah.
But end of the day, we've got something special with Kevin Durant in this roster.
Right.
So there is a completely different feeling this year where you sit there and you go, games like today, even over the last week where we saw Suns Twitter lose their minds a couple of times.
Suns Twitter lost their mind. What are you talking about?
It is completely different with this dude in our lineup right now. My next question is, who do you want? The Clippers, the Warriors, the Pelicans, the Lakers? Who is it that you want to play in the first round of the finals, given the fact that whoever we play, the second round is going to be Denver? Now, we all know what happened last time we played Denver in the second round. And I'm not going to say it. And if anyone on this pod says it, I will fucking boot you. Right? Because that tool still upsets me. And then we're likely, maybe, potentially, the likely matchup in the Western Conference Finals is Memphis. I'm okay with that. Now, who do you want to play in the first round?
Yeah, we're okay in the East, so to speak.
Hammo, who do you want to play in the first round?
I'm kind of torn. I really want to knock off either the Warriors or the Clippers. I just want to get them out of the way. Probably leaning more towards Clippers because with PG being out at the moment, we've got a certain advantage. He might come back a couple games into the series or whatever. But, I mean, Golden State, I think, when we got playoff CP3, playoff Booker, playoff Durant, I don't think the Warriors are going to be any kind of problem, man. And I'm not saying the Clippers will be either, but I'd just like to knock them out. It's a game of chess, take them down while they're weak.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, Ham.
No, you're right, man. I just to sum it up, I'd like to face the Clippers first round.
I was just going to echo what you said because that's what I've been saying. I believe for a couple weeks now on my channel. Like, unfortunately, due to that scary Paul George injury, that was scary. But they are obviously weaker. But at the same time, they are a pretty deep team. I mean, Norman Powell the other night had like 24 points. Like, they got guys that can score, that can defend. They're well coached. They've been here before, so it won't be easy, but I believe due to Paul George being out and Kawhi Leonard, I mean, that guy, who knows what his status is every single game, I believe that we would have the edge if we stay healthy. Again, it won't be easy. They're going to make their adjustments. That's what the playoffs is all about, but we're going to make our adjustments, and we have a deep roster as well. it would be a hard punching first round series. But I said this earlier. I was like, or I said it like in another show. I was like, I think it would be a good challenge to overcome that would set the tone for the rest of like the Western Conference Finals, the finals, and all that. But again, won't be easy. And I do want to keep stressing that to Suns fans, because I think Suns fans think we're going to just cruise our way to the Western Conference Final. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah, the
We're
West.
gonna
The
lose
West
game.
is weird this year, right? That's
Oh
weird.
yeah, and I
So
think that's also. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say. I think that's
No,
also
go,
like
go.
a compliment to the league, like how talented the league is. I mean, you got like what 5 teams right now fighting for just a playoff spot, and the play-in tournament's a mess, and it just goes to show how talented the league is.
I think any of the top 6 could honestly come out of the West, and there's even a team in the play-in that could come out of the West. For me,
sure as fuck ain't Dallas.
For me, if the Pelicans get through the play-in and the first round, and Zion comes back, the Pels are a worry, right, for a lot of teams in here. But so you're both for the Clippers?
Yes, but did the Pels took us to a 7-game series last year, didn't they?
6 games, and it was
6-game series. Yeah,
and
so obviously, you 100% spot on there too, Gav. You got to be worried if healthy. But I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? If healthy, you never know.
Zion,
you never know with any
it's the
team.
same for us, but
I don't think Zion's even going to be in the play-in tournament either. So
no, I don't know either.
Yeah,
I think Zion's in exactly the same position as he was last year, where he will miss the entire first round of playoffs.
In line at KFC.
But you two guys would prefer the Clippers. I prefer the Warriors, and I'll tell you why. I think if the Warriors get past, if the Warriors finish 6th, they're going to play Sacramento first up. Wiggins is back. Everyone's back. They're likely to beat Sacramento. Their second round matchup would be Memphis. The Warriors are better than Memphis. That means that we would play a Warriors team full of momentum in the Western Conference Finals. Now, don't get me wrong. It's the Western Conference Finals we should have seen last year.
Right.
But I'd rather play the Warriors in the first round rather than the Western Conference Finals.
Behind, like you said, behind momentum and that, we know how loud the Warriors fans can be and stuff like that. So that's a damn good call too, because I'm pretty sure we go to
the Warriors.
We're going to get booed either way.
Give me the Warriors in the first round, because Wiggins is underdone, and they at the moment can't win away from home. So I would be more than happy with the Warriors in the first round. I think we'd beat the shit out of them. We'd beat them in 5 games.
Draymond
podcast?
Isn't Draymond also flirting with suspension for too many tech fouls or whatever?
Well, he's always flirting with suspension, but yeah, I think he's already been suspended.
No, sorry, like sitting out a game or whatever it is.
He's been suspended once. I think his next tech gives him another game, but yeah. Honestly, I'd rather the Warriors in the first round rather than Western Conference Finals.
I'll take as Memphis deep
every day.
I was just going to say they're not as deep as they were obviously last year, because even though they're super expensive, you can't pay everybody. I mean, they lost a lot of good players, and sure, some of their younger guys have played somewhat well, but they're not as good. But the only thing that scares me about them, and it's pretty obvious, I mean, when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson get going, they're hard to beat. But then again, we got Devin Booker and Chris Paul,
but I think
Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and KD.
I think the big thing with that is they got to do it 4 times.
That's true.
To beat us. Yeah. Now they could do it once or twice. Yeah. I'm not sure.
They'll get a game. They'll probably get a couple games. Yeah.
No, of course they will, especially at home. But I don't think they're the same team that will do it 4 times. Right. Especially in the first round of playoffs. They're more likely to do it in the Western Conference Finals than they are first round of playoffs, which is why I'm more than happy to take the Warriors first up.
Yeah,
give me them straight up.
You're going to knock one of them 2 out. You know, we seen what we did to the Lakers today with our 4 out of our 5 starters out.
Yeah, but the hard thing with that is if you go back 24 hours before, we barely beat the fucking Nuggets when they had everyone out.
It's hard to judge these last few games.
It is hard to judge.
Yeah,
we're facing the Nuggets more than likely at some stage. The Lakers,
Second
maybe.
round.
You know,
We're fourth.
Maybe.
We're fourth. So if we win the first round, we face the Nuggets round 2.
There you go. Perfect.
So, I think that's just before we go. Boyd, we're not talking about the game. At the start of the fucking show, I said we're not talking about the game. You fucking clown.
There's not much to talk about.
If you want to talk about the game, stop being a soft cock, get off the fucking comments, and come on the show. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Anyway, are the injuries today to Busy and Campaign a worry? Are they a concern? Sunskeep.
Yeah, a little bit. And I hate to be a negative Nelly because I usually keep it as positive as I can, especially on my channel. I will say this, though. I like the way Monty Williams reacted to it. I don't know if you guys saw the clip. He kind of made a good point. He was like, he said, like, we're fortunate. It was just contact kind of injuries, and we'll see what they look like in a couple of days or whatever. And then I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Flex
We
from
have a
Jersey,
week off, right?
Yeah, we have a week off. Exactly. But
we love Flex from Jersey.
Yeah, he tweeted out, and I just want to make sure I'm getting this right too. He tweeted out, and I quote, I'm going to my Twitter, my apologies. But he said
Busy was walking around.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
per his conversations, Bismack Biyombo is walking around the Suns locker room and seems to have avoided a major injury. Looks like a bone contusion. Great news so far. We'll see how he looks in the next few days, yada, yada, yada. And now Campaign's injury, I mean, that was a hard fall. But I will say this, I think, and I talked about this on my live show tonight, I think Busy's played really damn good for us as of late. And he is going to be a key piece for us.
He took the backup, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And just like Campaign, he's our backup point guard. Like, we're going to need both of those guys. They are key pieces for us going forward. So definitely a concern. I'm trying to stay optimistic. And as you pointed out, that week off is going to be huge for us. Resting, practicing, getting the bodies right and everything. Hammo, what do you think, man?
Pretty much exactly the same thing. You know, if Busy's up and walking around, then that's great. It really is.
So this is Flex's tweet.
Yep. And take it from me, y'all. I mean, I know y'all already trust him and everything. Flex is the GOAT, man. He's legit. He knew about the Chris Paul thing before any of us. He knew about the Kevin Durant stuff months in advance. So this isn't just some guy.
And he knew about the Book injury where everyone else was saying another week and Book came back.
Exactly.
But basically, everything from a Flex point of view seems to say both of these guys.
Right.
We're gonna in a week's time, both these guys are gonna be playing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it looked bad for Busy. It really did.
That was the real worry.
Because if we lose a backup power forward center like Busy, and then we lose our backup point guard in Campaign, we're like, fuck. Yeah. That was actually the word that you put in our group chat, Gav. You just went, fuck. Yep.
Another thing too. Go ahead, Gavin.
Although this guy right here.
That's a knife. Crocodile Dundee.
He was good tonight, Jock. He copped some shit on Sun's Twitter because he might have made a mistake here or there, but overall, the dude was good.
In the game against the Spurs, there was talk about a back injury or something, lower back injury that he had. And you could see him, man. He was real stiff. You know, he's Frankenstein his way up the court. He had a little bit of pain, in my opinion, today, but he was just like, nah, we're doing this. And I seen someone tweet, didn't he score more points than LeBron?
Yes. Everyone scored more points than LeBron. LeBron was fucking useless.
He had
Jock
17.
Landale is greater than LeBron. Facts.
He had 17 and 10. Pulling up the numbers, but he was just aggressive out there, man. I mean, doing what he does, man. Setting screens, rim rolling, trying to take threes. He can hit them occasionally. It would obviously be better if he could be more consistent.
I'd prefer he didn't even shoot a three. Never. But based on, off the back of tonight's game, though, thanks, Terrence Ross, for costing me fucking $700.
Yeah, he had a bit of a boner of a
hit
game,
a fucking
man.
three, dude. All I needed was 2 Terrence Ross threes. Every other fucking leg hit. Can't be that hard, surely.
I was looking up the numbers. LeBron had 16 points and only 6 rebounds, so Jock Landale's better than him.
Well,
he has 17.
we know
Jock
we
Landale.
know the
Right.
jammies are coming up, and one of the questions I saw on Twitter today is who is the most washed Phoenix Sun and who's the most washed player in the NBA. LeBron is washed. LeBron's washed, but he hasn't come back the same from the injury. So maybe the Lakers will be nice to play in the first round, but let's be honest, LeBron's not getting through the play-in based on what that team is showing over the last couple of weeks. They've got to play. They'll probably have to play the Pels first up. They're not beating the Pels. Second up, they will have to play. Who is it? OKC or
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Probably. Yeah, one of those two. Or I have the thing. So the play-in scenario, I don't know if you got the DM, but it would be Lakers Pelicans first.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Timberwolves and Thunder. So whoever wins out of Timberwolves and Thunder will be the 9th. It's so confusing. Like the graphic is, I don't know if you can pull it up, but the graphic explains it much better. But yeah, the play-in tournament, I wasn't too big of a fan of it at first, but now I've really adopted it and really like it. It's kind of like
I still hate
style.
It. It's fucking horrible.
That's fair. I don't know. The only reason I don't like it though is because like last year, I believe the Cavs won like 40 something games and they didn't even get in. So that's one reason I don't like it. Like Minnesota or OKC might be victim to that this year. And especially OKC, that's a team I believe deserves to make the playoffs.
They do in their performances.
Exactly,
they definitely do.
Especially against us. They're a really hard playing team, but I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah, it's for the Lakers. It's going to be tough. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, they have to get through the play-in, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure they can.
They are better than they obviously were, but they're just, I don't know.
We need Stafford at the Staples Center. Ask a fan. Why does the Lakers suck?
Well, yeah, Steph let us down. He gave us nothing after one fucking trip. So, overall, though, you guys are Clippers. Did I convince you guys to go with the Warriors?
Yes, you did.
Bit, yeah.
So, we want the Warriors first round. Gents, what I'm going to ask you to do now is go all no cap. I want a rant. I want a fucking good rant too. So, Hammo, I'm going to let you go first. 30 seconds, no cap. Have you got something for us?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, here we go. Ready? Go.
All right. To the weed smoking, cognac drinking, cocaine snorting, motherfuckers that signed off on this new CBA allowing players to have a percentage interest in teams? What the flying fuck were you thinking? Not a fucking thing good is going to come from this. You've almost ruined the sport in one fucking move. No cap.
Jesus, short, sharp. I like it. I like it. Sunscape, you ready?
So this can be about anything.
Anything you want. Anything you want.
Cool. I'm gonna set my timer. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna start the timer. So
I've got the timer.
right,
I'll tell you.
All right, tell me when to go.
Ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Just start fucking going.
All right. To the people that complain about first world problems, like, oh, I had a hard day at work and I have to do X, Y, and Z. Like, shut the hell up. You get to do that kind of stuff. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful that you have a job and you get paid and you don't have to like do certain crazy other jobs out there. And then also, before my 30 seconds is up, the Mavericks fucking suck. And I'm so glad we fucking beat them. And John is my boy.
What up, geek?
That's a
Cheers,
fantastic no cap.
No cap.
John, thank you so much for joining us.
What's up,
Absolute-
guys? Yeah, Hammo,
Absolute pleasure, John. Thank you so much.
I saw you pop in briefly on my show, like in the waiting room, but I had a line of like 6 people in there. I was like, I got to get to Hammo, and then you were gone.
Nah, my dogs kept barking, man. Next door neighbour was mowing the lawn, and you got
Jesus
80 kilo
Christ.
black dog sitting there going.
I know how that is.
You got to deal with it. No,
John,
awesome to
do you
have you,
wanna-
bro. Thank you.
Oh no, I love you guys.
Do you want to give us a no cap?
Of course I do. Okay. To
Fuck yes.
every single Dallas Mavericks fan out there who talked all of the shit last summer, enjoy Cancun. Enjoy your mother's basements. Enjoy having Jason Kidd as your head coach and Kyrie Irving and Luka Doughboy Fat Fuck Luka as your franchise player. Enjoy not being in the playoffs. No cap, bitches. It's for all the Mavs. Fuck them. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Love it.
That was really nicely done.
Ooh, I hate
It's
the Mavs.
amazing. It's amazing that you have come on the show for 35, 45 seconds and already outdone everything Boyd's ever done in no cap.
Well, I am his third son, and I didn't learn a lot from my father. That's my name
love
down
it.
there. See, it says Boyd's third son. If you're listening, you can't see any of this. So let's talk about renaming your podcast.
There, let's go.
We were talking about in our little chat that we have going on
We
the
were.
Twitter sphere. And I was thinking like there's a couple options. And the only reason I say it is because Aussie Suns Fan podcast, there's too many S's in there. And like you saw, Gavin, when you were on the Suns Jam Session podcast, poor Matthew was trying to say it. He nearly passed out. He was like, Aussie's, you know. So yeah, it's hard to say.
Sunscape was the same at the start.
I got it
He
tongue-tied
was-
at the
It's
very
tough,
start.
isn't it?
Really bad. Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough. So, you know, it's a beautiful logo. I will say so myself. But you
Very
have
cute.
it's adorable, downright adorable. But like even if it's like, you know, like Suns Down Under or you know, LeesisMedia.com or or like
Boyd's sixth child.
yes, Boyd's sixth
AU.
child pod. Yeah, AU. It should be like just Suns
Shit,
AU
I just lost
podcast.
it completely. Suns Down Under, I like.
Yeah, Suns Down Under. I don't know. It's just it's easier to say. And real quick, I do want to shout out in the chat. I see my brother and Boyd are going back and forth. My brother, he's not on Suns Twitter. He doesn't understand what Boyd's saying. He's like, "Hey, are you actually Dervish of Whirl trolling?" My brother's like, "I have no idea what that means." A Dervish of Whirl is Paul from Fanning the Flames, and I can guarantee you that Paul Voigt in the chat, that's my little brother. He's a Suns fan, not as hardcore obviously as we do. He doesn't have a podcast. He has a job. Yeah, like Suns Down Under. I don't know if
Can you-
Geek like
can
do you
you-
work anymore?
can
Geek,
you-
Suns Geek makes so much content, dude. It's the best content there is, man. I like something will happen. I just go on YouTube and like Geek's already made a video about it. I'm like, dude, does this
It's
dude work,
already
man?
there.
Like, does
Actually,
he
it
work?
was funny. Boyd and I had a call today, and he goes, "Sunsgate, just like anything that happens, content.
He's gonna make
We
a video
need-
about it.
We need to do that. We need to do it." And I'm going, when the fuck are we going to have time to do that?
You know what? I secretly envy you guys because you guys actually have real jobs and have families and all that good stuff. I just got my
Hammo.
computer.
To be honest, I envy you.
We envy you.
I would rather not hang out with my family. Actually, I'll just check that in.
I've got no kids, so Easter weekend's awesome. I'm only going to buy like one.
So, Voider,
I can't remember what she wants.
I
think
appreciate the kind words.
Maltese
Can
bunny
you-
or something.
can you redo our logo?
What, the one that says Aussie Suns fan?
Yeah, Suns
have it-
down under.
I can have it done before the show's done. Send it to you, and you could put it up there.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I literally
Suns
have
da-
it saved.
Suns down under.
John's a
is-
professional, man.
We're rolling.
He
Suns
was
down
already
under.
on top of the rebrand here. You
That's
see
good.
his game? He's like just plants a seed like Inception.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
like, oh, by the way,
that's-
I've already got
It's
that
only
made up for
because
you. Here
it's
it
only
is.
because every time we try to talk, people go, "Aussie Suns fans."
Yeah,
And,
us Americans, we can't say it. We can't say it.
It's Aussie,
Suns down
like
under.
Ozzy
Aussie.
Osbourne.
Yeah, you need to kind
It's
of put
exactly the
sex in
same as Ozzy Osbourne.
there. But it's my turn. No
Aussie.
cap.
All right, yeah, no cap away.
It's my turn. No cap. The Dallas Mavericks organization. You had an opportunity today to win a fucking game and make the fucking play-in to play in the playoffs, but you went, "No, we got to protect our fucking top 10 pick." Fucking weak as piss. You are embarrassing your organization. You're embarrassing the NBA. You're embarrassing fucking everything. And the worst thing is, I was going to say that you're embarrassing your star player, but you're really not, because it's him that's fucking embarrassing himself. What a fucking disgrace that you motherfuckers sat there, carried on all last year about beating the Suns in the second round when we had COVID. Even Brian Windhorst fucking admitted that today. And then you pulled this shit today. What a fucking embarrassment you are as a franchise and as you are to the NBA. You're a disgrace. Wake up to yourselves. I went way longer than 30 seconds.
Hey,
but fuck
worth
it.
every second. Worth every second.
Who cares? You're the host. It's
I
your
forgot
show.
it was no cap. I just thought you went on.
I thought it was a
By
whole
the way-
segment.
By the way, Dallas Mavericks, no cap. Hey, Jens, question for you, though.
I would
Answer for
kill
you?
everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Who do you want to have a beer with this week? Let's start with you, John. You came in late, so
Ooh, man.
you got nailed first.
Well, I think that this week, and I don't know, probably this week alone. This is the only week. There's 52 weeks in a year, and I'm clearly
There is
stalling.
a lot of weeks. Yep.
I'm clearly
Yeah.
stalling. This is the only week, and this is probably the only hour of any week that I would like to have a beer with Boyd. I wish Boyd was here. I'd like to have a beer. Yeah, because you know what? I think it would, because like
How
your
much
week's,
did he pay you?
your week's coming, Gavin. You're coming to Phoenix in a couple weeks. We'll get a beer. We'll make it happen. But like Boyd, I just like he's never coming. We'll never see Boyd here, and I'll always long.
He's going to Vegas for his wedding Bucks night 40.
so close.
He's got to have 3 more kids before he's allowed to go, though.
Here's to Boyd, my daddy,
Your son's daddy.
my son's daddy.
Boyd. Suns Geek, who do you want to have a beer with this week?
Well, I should have joined the show more prepared. I don't have a beer, but I'm all jacked up on coffee, so it's okay. So if I could have a beer with anybody, you know what? For some reason, I want to have a beer with Torrey Craig, and I don't know why. I think he's just played hard He's
He
earned
would
it.
love a beer.
He
Oh,
deserves
he
to have
would
like
love
2
a
or 3 beers. And if I can just throw in an honorable mention, because I've talked to John about this before, one day, someday, we're all going to have beers together and we're going to get obliterated. It's going to be awesome. We're going to take a bunch of drunk selfies. Like, it's going to be crazy. So those are my picks.
Well, I am
Love it.
expecting drunk selfies with Voida in about 12 to 13 days.
What you'll find is I'm actually very, very lame.
Well, so's
so
Justin,
lame.
but I hang out with him too. Hammo, who do you want to have a beer with this week?
Man, I just really want to have a beer with Monty Williams. He's he's taken a lot of criticism over the last couple of months about rotations and whatnot, and he seems to have found it. He's found our niche kind of thing, man. I just want to sit down and talk to him and listen to, how he got these ideas, who inspired him to coach. I'm not a faith person myself. I understand he is. I'd even be keen to just hear about how that's helped him. I just think he's a very interesting person, man. And you probably wouldn't even have a beer or be a glass of red or something like that. But I just think he'd be a really cool dude to sit down and have a chat with.
Preach.
That's a good one.
Preach.
That is a good one.
I changed mine. I would no longer want to drink with Boyd. I want to drink with Hammo and Monty Williams at the same time. Sorry, Boyd. But sorry, not sorry.
Oh, dude.
I'm
a horrible, horrible person.
I would. My beer this week is going to be Steph Jackson. I heard her on your pod, John.
Yes.
Earlier today. She jumped on.
That was a fun pod, man.
That was so fun.
That was really fun.
And she jumped on and what's the word? Suns hugs.
Suns hugs, yeah. She was talking about giving a son hug.
I want to see. I just want a Suns hug now.
Hashtag Suns hugs.
Hashtag Suns hugs.
Go and roll now, Stephanie.
Everybody sitting here would love a Suns hug, right?
Yes. Now tell us what a Suns hug is for those of you who did not join the Suns Jam Session podcast.
I'm still really not sure what a Suns hug is,
So
but
it's warm and it's fuzzy.
It's warm and it's fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, yeah.
Tequila?
Kind of. I like to say it's a hug from like the Suns gorilla. I picture a hug. I've been hugged by the Suns gorilla. It wasn't really a hug. It was kind of like we took a picture together and I hugged him, and I think I made it awkward. But at the same time, like it was warm and it was fuzzy. And that's what I think a Suns hug is.
I'll take it.
You have to. If you don't,
Why not?
I was going to say something, but I shouldn't.
It's like that, or get a hug off Wheezy.
You know what really sucks is a Suns raping. Like, that's not fun.
No,
it's not warm or fuzzy.
Why would you come in here and
what the flying fuck just happened?
You've just gone like to the extreme.
Fuck!
I'm talking and graphically designing at the same time. I don't know what's going on. That's what you get.
Shit.
Well, once again, if there was a Suns raping, we'd have to have Boyd here.
Facts.
Facts.
Them's the facts.
Straight up.
Let's be real though. The logo's changed.
Let's go.
Did you do it? I can't even see.
Nice.
I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Which
Very
window
nice.
am I in?
Top right corner.
Yeah, and to get that, I have like 17 windows open, and I can't find yours. There it is. Look at that. I sent you a transparent version. Do you want the transparent version? Do you have like an email?
Yeah.
What's
got
your
my
email?
Just give
I
it
do?
to him
Okay.
live right now.
Yeah, right now.
Thumbs
Everybody,
down.
here's Gavin's email.
Gavin.
Here's my email.
Dot.
I'll tell you my email. gspall at
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Everyone go spam him those spam emails that I get every day.
Yeah.
Like
get
you
them
couldn't
all the
find him
time,
on
mate.
Twitter or Facebook or anything else enough. Now you got his email.
Hold on a second.
I
My
don't even care.
wife is calling me.
Uh-oh.
Look out.
Put her on speaker.
You're on the Aussie
Hello?
Suns Fan podcast.
What's that? No, I'm not. I can.
Oh, this is awesome.
I'll be right there.
I'll be right there. Gents,
My wife wants
Time
to
for the
bring her
flog of the
mother on. I'll be
week.
right back.
And trust me, they are ugly. Very unattractive. Google their face when you're done here.
who's your
John's
fucking...
He didn't even mute his thing either.
He's gone to look at his fridge. Suns Geek, who's your flog of the week?
Oh man. I probably should have had this one prepared, ready to go. You know what? Can I pick not just a single person? And I've been bitching and complaining about this on my show. Our 3-point shooting. Is that fair? Can I answer with that?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean it in a good and a bad way. Like once those 3-pointers start falling, we're going to be unbeatable. But right now they are not falling.
Especially the bench, right?
Yeah, the bench. That's what I've been bitching about on my show, man. And I sound repetitive, but I'm sure Monty Williams is saying the same stuff, and the players are probably kicking themselves for not hitting these damn threes. That's my flog of the week.
Love it. Hammo, who's your flog of the week?
Kendrick Perkins.
Oh yes, please get him.
Now, I only seen it today. Apparently, it was from like 2 days ago. But he changed his opinion. Apparently, he changed his opinion like the wind.
Yep.
And he said
That's his
100%
job, right?
the Lakers are taking out the West. 100% the Lakers are taking out the West. Like I said before, they barely beat the Suns with missing 4 of our starters.
Whoa. Even better was what he said about the Suns today or yesterday.
He
US
did
time.
say,
Yeah.
to
He changed his
elaborate
mind.
further, he said Anthony Davis is the best player in the league right now. Maybe Devin Booker has some potential, but Anthony Davis, what he's doing is amazing. What's he doing? Sitting on the fucking bench? He's useless. How can he be the best player in the league? Kendrick Perkins is a fucking flog.
Fair enough. John, I know you're muted. Do you have a flog? 1 second. All right, I'll go with my flog. NBA on ESPN, your Twitter feed, all your shit. You posted up twice this week. You posted up the Ja Morant block. Ja Morant fouled that motherfucker more than he touched up the girls in the strip club. More than he it was the worst example for a block that you have ever seen in your life. And then how'd you follow that up? With a LeBron fucking spin move against Utah where he did not get fouled at all, but you got on there and went, what an N1 from fucking LeBron James, where he did the flex. You didn't even get fouled. Why are you trying to promote the game with the worst fucking examples that you possibly can? Start showing examples of fucking real basketball because you fucked up twice in a row. Wake up to yourselves. Fucking show some real examples. John, who's your flog of the
100%.
week?
All right, flog of the week. Flog of the week. Well, I got 2, if that's okay, if I'm permitted.
I got 2 as well, but I was waiting for you first.
So, okay, well, I'll do my first one, then you can do your second one, and then I'll do my second one. So my first one will be easy, okay? My flog of the week is you got to understand that flog backwards is what?
Golf.
Golf. All right.
Golf.
So my first flog of the week is that tree that fell on the 17th hole at the Masters today. Didn't hurt anybody, but like, fuck off,
Ruin
tree.
the day.
Yeah.
Who invited you?
Yeah, exactly.
Who invited you,
Who
Groot?
invited you? You know, the Masters is an event unlike any other, right? And you can't have your cell phone and everyone's focused on the game. And imagine if that was any other tournament where people are allowed to have cell phones and they're sitting there and they're live tweeting and they're doing whatever. It would have taken out like 10 people. But like, why did the trees choose today? It's just a weird day to choose to like randomly have like a 70-foot tree just be like, and fuck it.
Yeah.
That's my first flaw.
Why fuck up a perfectly good day of golf?
Yes. Amen. Do any of you golf?
I love golf. Yeah. I'm a golfer.
Half Scottish, so it's nature.
There you go. Suns Geek, are you a golfer?
No, like I like it and appreciate it, but I just not a golfer.
I like to golf. I'm not any good at it, but
Yeah, Bob, that's me too.
I was. Said it's nature.
if you ever golf with Justin from Fanning the Flame, he is fucking too good.
Really, really good. Yeah.
He's really good.
What does golf stand for?
Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden.
Correct.
Really? No.
Yeah.
I hate golf.
It's a
man.
Scottish sport. I know.
Golf is misogynistic, and you know what? I think that golf should be Suns raped.
To put something clear, that's not my personal view. That is the actual history behind the name golf.
Yes.
That's insane.
That is.
I'm quite happy to watch
the actual name of golf
LPGA. Quite happy.
Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. Is absolutely right.
That's unreal. Stupid golf with their golf.
Stupid sexist golf.
With their
Bloody
stupid rules.
Scotsman.
My second one.
Oh, go
my
ahead.
second one before John goes is Bickley and Marotta. Seriously, why the fuck do you keep asking? Is the fucking Kevin Durant trade a failure because Mikal Bridges is balling out in Brooklyn? You guys ask this fucking once a week. Dudes, can't we just sit there as Arizona sports fans, Phoenix Suns sports fans, and enjoy the fact that Kevin Durant is one of the greatest 10 players in the last fucking 25 years, maybe of all time. And he's playing for the Phoenix Suns.
Preach.
Mm-hmm.
Even people like myself can come up with answers to 3 different fucking questions a week, and they got to ask the same fucking one every week. Come on.
Dudes, right now, the feeling, and actually, John, I'll ask this now before we go anywhere. Does this shit, like I asked the guys before, does this shit feel different this year to you?
100%. 100%. Like, he's Kevin Durant. You know who he is. He's Kevin Durant. Like, we saw it last night. Now, I didn't watch the game last night. You know, I kind of watched the game last night. But there's just this whole nother.
To be clear to the Aussie fans, are you talking about the Lakers or the Spurs game?
I'm talking about the Nuggets game last night.
Nuggets.
Nuggets,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, Nuggets.
Yeah, Nuggets.
Gotcha.
I didn't watch the game. I saw highlights, you know, and I was watching the statistics. I was at the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks game with my mom for opening game.
Yeah.
But Devin Booker can play with a certain level of freedom now because he knows he's got Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has been seamless in the way that he's integrated in this team. He unlocks literally everybody, not on the first team, but on the second team as well. Like what he can do, and we've seen it. The efficiency in which he operates, it's a consistent efficiency that's never existed on this team in the history of the fucking franchise. Devin Booker's been great, and Devin Booker can be efficient, but he has his 9 for 21 games. And we've seen what Kevin Durant in his 8 games, it's 8 games now, right? 8 games with the Phoenix Suns where they're undefeated. He's had one off night, if you will. Okay, so even if you say, and we still won.
Preach.
And so if he has 2 off nights, all right, 2 out of 8, mathematically, Suns Geek, you're the teacher here. I believe that's 25%. If only 25% of the time he has an off game, that is clearly the exception, not the rule. And that's what makes him one of the top 15 players of all time. He is. When's the last time you saw a player who was traded to his team be the best player on the team at the trade deadline? It doesn't happen.
And we said that before.
Never.
Yeah.
It doesn't have. It was like Wilt Chamberlain in 1965 to the Sixers. Like that's it. So what the Phoenix Suns have in Kevin Durant makes it different, exciting, engaging, everything that we want as Suns fans. Now, do we all carry with us a certain level of fear due to the fact that the expectations have now risen? Because this is the team that, per DraftKings is the number one team relative to odds
In the West.
to make the finals from the Western Conference. Of course, expectations bring that fear. That's why 2 years ago when we went to the finals, it was so much fun because there was zero expectations, and it was a March. It was like I'm trying to think of the last time that we had something similar to this. It was like the 2004-2005 Suns, where they came out of nowhere and just started beating the shit out of people. And we lost to the Spurs eventually, but it was just like, it was so unexpected. And then every season after that, remember, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09 was bunk, and 010 was a glory year. But every one of those other years was so gut-wrenching because there was expectations behind it, and the expectations what makes you live and die with every play. Because it was like Dallas last year; they could literally sit there and be like, "You know what? We made it to the Western Conference Finals. This was a fucking amazing year."
Great.
Yeah, we didn't expect this.
Well,
But
it
now-
was like us 2 years ago.
Exactly.
We made the NBA Finals.
Yeah, it was
Who
out
the
of this
fuck
world.
expected this? Yeah.
It was a vibe.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Out of nowhere. We didn't make the playoffs for 10 years, and then we were in the finals. But now we're going to another playoff run, and those expectations are sitting right there on the table, and they're staring at us like you're like a crackhead, and you're like, I'm giving it up, man. But there's like crack sitting on the table. You're just like staring at it, and you're like itching yourself. You're like, oh shit, man, here it is again. The crack, it's gonna be back. And you're just but the difference is we have Kevin Durant. So there's a certain level of underlying confidence that we all carry with us. Had we gone into the playoffs this season without Kevin Durant, I believe we'd be confident in this team. But there's an underlying confidence that we all have. We all know it, and it's the thing we don't talk about in parties when we're saying, and you don't talk about it because it's too fragile.
Great. And this is perfect. We all love Macau. We all love Cam, but they're not KD.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Brooklyn's done really well. Macau has been fucking great in Brooklyn. But let's be honest, if we made no moves, this team is a first, second rounder top.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
With
It's probably
Kevin
a second
Durant,
round team.
We'd be
Second
having a
round team.
completely different conversation too, and
With-
we all would have been
with Kevin
heated at the
Durant.
trade deadline.
Spot
Damn
on, man.
straight.
Yeah,
Kevin, but with KD, this team is absolutely a Western Conference Finals NBA champion type team. Now, do I miss Macau? Fuck yeah, I miss Macau.
Especially
I
doing what
miss
he's doing,
Cam
right?
Johnson. Yeah, fuck yeah. I miss them. But would Macau be doing this shit? Would Macau be doing this shit if he was still in Phoenix?
No.
No, he would not.
No fucking way. He's given a freedom there to completely be the guy, right? Even when Devin Booker returned and we saw Kale continue what he was doing with Devin Booker out. You got to remember, Devin Booker was out like 25 games. And the first 10, but Kale didn't do shit. Then about the last 15, he started to find himself a little bit. But
And that was the discussion, right?
Yes.
At that time, we were sitting there. The first 10 games, we're sitting there going, "We don't have anyone."
like
Yeah,
we're
you're-
screwed.
you're
Yeah.
like, come on, Mikhail. Come on, DA. This is the time.
Who's-
This is the fucking time.
I remember podcasts from Jam Session, PHNX, Suns Geek, us going, "Who's the fucking Batman?" Sorry, who's the Robin?
Robin, yeah.
Yes.
Who's the Robin to
Who's going to
fucking
step
Devin
up when Booker's injured? Yeah.
Yeah. Books Batman, who's the backup? And we're going, is it Aiton? Is it Macau?
Yep.
We don't know.
We all talked about
No one's
that.
stepping up. Now, Macau's gone to Brooklyn. He's done okay. And, probably better than okay. But
What's the Nets record?
is Brooklyn coming out of the East? Not a fucking hope in hell. They are, and Suns Geek, we spoke about it before we come online. It is Milwaukee, Boston,
Philly.
Sixers.
Philly, yeah.
That's it.
And that's coming
Very,
from
very
somebody
top
who
heavy.
that's coming from somebody who does like that Cavs team, and they're not going to be easy to beat. But I truly believe it is Boston, Milwaukee. The only reason I'm hesitant on Philly, and I told you this, Gavin, I told you this, was because I have friends that are Sixers fans and content
Romp.
creators. Yeah, Romp, DJ Eastwood, Philly Take with RB. all great guys, by the way, but they legit, if you ask them right now, they would say, yeah, like I love the Sixers and I believe in them, but they're not getting out of the East. They'll all three say that. You know what I mean? So they're going to be tough to beat. You're going to see a lot of game 6s, a lot of game 7s, including the Cavs,
Yes.
maybe even the Knicks. Heck, maybe even the Nets.
Well, let's be honest. At the moment, it is the Sixers play the Nets. The Nets are Sixers are sweeping them, right?
I think they can maybe get a game. I mean, that's a lot of offense.
Maybe one.
Yeah, because Philly's inconsistent though. That's the thing. They're inconsistent.
They've got one thing. They've got one thing. You have to remember this, all right, Gavin? They have playoff James Harden. That's good for a game. Maybe 2 in the first round. That's a fact. What has he ever done in the fucking postseason?
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
And if and Geek can fortify this, ask any 76ers fan, and they know that Harden has to be a big part of this team for them to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And he's played well this season, but when he's not in there, they struggle. They struggle mightily. They love Maxey, but Maxey's he's
inconsistent.
He's inconsistent, and he's a 2-guard. He's not a distributor. Harden can distribute the ball. In his older age, he's become much more effective in the way that he distributes the ball.
Actually, do you know who their most important fucking guard is? Is their backup guard, and he's the next Sun.
Oh, what? Melton?
Anthony Melton.
Yeah.
He's
been pretty solid.
I got him in one of my fantasy teams. Didn't do any good, but I had him.
Just for Sun's sake.
He's actually pretty solid. And they have a few role guys out there, but like I trust our role guys more than I would trust theirs. But you are right, John. Totally. It's all about James Harden.
All about Harden.
He is
and playoff Harden, man. Playoff Harden's a thing.
He is the key, especially his playmaking out there. And Tyrese Maxey's a guy that's going to be.
Do you want the leveler? Is playoff Harden in the East, playoff Paul George in the West.
Yeah, if he even plays.
We were talking about that earlier too.
Yeah, right.
Hey John, any update on Lissy's dating life?
So he's it's going well. He's been on a few dates with the same girl now a few times. He's very excited. They're going to Jerome tomorrow. So that's all I have. Coming here live from the Suns Jam Session podcast via the Suns Down Under podcast.
Maybe Suns
love sessions with Darth Vader.
Sounded like Emperor Palpatine right
there. By the way, the Brooklyn Nets record is the exact same as the Suns.
Yeah. And they've talked it up too.
Well, yeah.
Some of those Nets fans. Jesus.
Look, you can't deny what Bridges and Johnson have done over in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic.
It'll be the same sort of thing as if, like, someone on the caliber of, all right, we won't use KD's in the example, but like a Devin Booker a few years ago, he went to a team like, Indiana.
Mm-hmm. And lit it up.
Boom. Top caliber players on a team where they get the minutes. Perfect.
My question
is
very
happy for him.
Harden has to play against Brooklyn in Brooklyn. How many good strip clubs are there?
I don't know. Define good.
I don't know, but James loves himself a strip club, right?
Well, and remember, he played in Brooklyn, so he knows all the spots.
Their children next to them on stage.
Well,
I'm just thinking that's a no-no.
Does James Harden love a strip club more than Ja Morant now, though?
I don't know. He's the next generation. Did I ever tell you I saw James Harden play in his last game as a Net? I was in Sacramento, and I saw the Kings play the Brooklyn Nets, and he had like 6 points. And it was unbelievably disappointing. I'm like, I finally get to see James Harden. This is dope. And he just like sucked. It's unbelievably horrible.
Steph is saying, if you guys want to go to a strip club in Arizona, I highly recommend Jaguars.
All right.
Thanks, Steph. Fantastic.
Hey, any information's good information, so thank you.
There's only certain information you're going to get on the Suns Down Under podcast.
I'm only 12 days away. Jaguars might be to go. John, where can we find you? Promote yourself.
Oh, okay. You can find me right here. Suns Jam Session podcast, which is now a fan-sided podcast. So we just got picked up by them, which is fantastic.
Go.
As we prepare for the postseason run, we go live after every single Suns game. So when the game's over, just pop onto YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch and look for Suns Jam Session. We're right there. You can read my writing at brightsideofthesun.com. And of course, you can follow me on.
You still at Brightside?
Yeah, I'm not jumping to LM.
I was going to say, is there like openings at Brightside?
I'm sure there's
Am I a
openings.
chance?
Oh yeah, if you want to write for a site that doesn't exist, head over to Lisa's Media. But if you want to write for a site that does exist, come to brightsideofthesun.com. The best Phoenix Suns blog site on the interwebs. And of course, you can follow me at Darth Voida on the Twitter sphere. Tweeting dumb shit. Nothing. No one cares what I tweet, but I don't care either.
I love your tweets. Amazing. Suns Geek, where can we find you?
Okay, I don't know how I'm going to top that. That was incredible, John. But at Suns Geek on YouTube, just search Suns Geek and you will find me. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I call it TikTok.
TikTok.
Slowly but surely bringing back my reacting to Phoenix Suns Twitter series, which is an absolute blast.
Yeah, why did that stop?
That's great. I love that.
That
I
was
watch
your
every
best
one.
Contact. It was so fucking good.
I
try to come up.
It was amazing.
I try to come up with good tweets just so I end up on that thing.
Yes.
Honestly,
I used to tweet and tag him in it and go, that was really funny.
You're like, that was a good one, right?
Check this out.
The reason it kind of stopped was because, one, it's hard to find all of these great tweets. There's so many great tweets out there. I have to find them all, but yada yada, whatever. It's coming back. I'm gonna bring it back. But you guys can find me anywhere on social media at Suns Geek. And speaking of brightsideofthesun.com, I'm far from a writer, but I recently contributed to the Inside the Suns weekly edition where we talked all things Suns. It was great. Shout out to Rod for inviting me to do that. And go subscribe to Suns Jam Session podcast and Aussie Suns Fans, and subscribe to me because we're the real ones, y'all.
That's all.
We're the grinders.
Yeah,
not talking about the app.
That is all. And we'll probably start doing pods after every playoff game like we did a couple of years ago, last year. That's what we do. But seriously, dude, thank you so much, Suns Geek, for jumping on.
Of course,
appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hammo, where do we find you? Last comment.
If you don't like anything I said, you can find me at Buds83.
I'm gonna go look that up.
If you did like anything that I said, it's at Sir Hammo. Absolute pleasure to jump on. Glad to have some company. It was looking like it was going to be a really short podcast, just me and Gav. But yeah, thank you very much, brothers, for jumping on.
My pleasure.
What you guys are doing over on Suns Jam, I was talking with you earlier, Voida. Like, that's just incredible.
Appreciate
what you guys are doing. That's brilliant. Suns Geek, every single piece of your content is amazing.
Thank you, man.
It's just an absolute pleasure to be around Suns royalty on the media side of things. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. But can't wait till the playoffs, man. Shit's on. It's going down.
Absolutely. John, Aaron, you guys are the kings. Thank you so much for jumping on. We've had a ball. It's been a fucking fun night. A lot of laughs. It's what we normally do here. Anyone wants to check us out at Aussie Suns Fans on Twitter, on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all that sort of bullshit as you do. We've had a fucking ball, and next time I'll be on, I'll probably be in Phoenix. Hopefully live combo with Suns Jam and whoever else, and whoever's in town, come and catch up with us. But all I need to say is go fuck yourself, Boyd. And guys, the Suns are not here to fuck spiders. We're winning the title. We love you guys. See you next time. Let's roll.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a